classic, low elo, patch tier list. Yeah, this is the patch. I fucking hate this patch, but low elo, as the low elo enjoyers, we must see what was happening here, yeah? Because as far as I'm concerned, bro, we're in the losers crew right now. I may want to see maybe we're doing something wrong, so let's see.
Welcome back to another Mobalytics tier list video for low elo, and today we're taking a look at patch 12.11. There's a massive amount of champions getting buffed and nerfed this patch. Loads of items are also being affected too, and overall this is just a huge reactionary patch to the significant changes that came along in patch 12.10. The main takeaway from these changes is that the majority of tanky items are being buffed, as pure tanks were arguably some of the most affected by the durability patch. Riot also did have a lot of lethality item buffs planned for this patch, but they've decided not to introduce them for now. So apologies for those Assassins players, but you're not going to be absolutely broken just yet.
That's fucking bullshit, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I saw the supposedly leaked information for 12.11. I saw lethality items were getting buffed. Literally every single lethality item was getting buffed, and I was excited for this patch. Because let's just say, as an assassin main, as a Nasus Volibear assassin main, I was happy with it. You know, I was happy. I thought to myself, maybe finally we can get back into this game. And then the reality is no, fuck us. Yeah, Riot says just fuck you, assassins, and here we are, sad.
Aside from that, the rest of the changes are all fairly small buffs and nerfs and won't make as big of an impact as you may have thought. We'll go into the champion specific changes as we go through this video, but honestly not too many champions are going to be changing tiers. The most broken champions that are getting nerfed are still going to be in the same positions for the most part, and none of the champions being buffed are going to break the game. Let's get into it now and start off in the top lane. And in the god tier we have Darius, Kayle, Fiora, Garen and Olaf.
This is the god tier, these four. Olaf, yeah, we saw Olaf, I mean, we had the game, my guy ended our game in 15 minutes. Yeah, he was kind of on top of theirs. We haven't tried Kayle though. Fedora, yeah, La Baguette always for the win. Yeah, I guess we'll need to try Darius, eh? Yeah, I think we'll need to try Darius. This is the god tier right now. Everyone else is kind of sussy. What else can we play? Like Gwen? It's been a while since I saw Gwen in the top side. Although she's in the S tier, so that's kind of sus. Teemo A tier? What? Well, considering the fact that they nerfed Riftmaker, yeah, so maybe that's why.
Aurelia is being buffed, and so is Gordrinker and Blade of the Ruin King, but this champion isn't actually having the best of times at the moment, so she's just going to move up from C to B.
From C to B, Aurelia, dude. What? Bro, we literally just had that game. Aurelia was fucking 25-0. She was stomping everyone. What do you mean?
He's got to be careful when playing against a good Aurelia, but in low elo we don't see those as often. Tryndamere and Gragas also moved back into the B tier with some buffs, and Yone and Aatrox moved from B to A. Swain, Wukong, Gwen and Lilia all received nerfs this patch, but they simply aren't big enough nerfs, and these guys are still going to stay in the S tier. Olaf also received some adjustments, but he's in the same boat. It is going to be interesting to see just how much those tank item changes make a difference to the top lane. Champions like Ornn and Shen could really get a boost this week, but they're already in that S tier as they're just so good in low elo anyway. So Fiora's been untouched this patch, no nerfs coming her way, and also she's had some buffs to her itemization. Gordrinker and Blade of the Ruin King are only going to make her even stronger, and the nerfs to anti-heal are going to make her even more unkillable. Fiora has just been having an incredible time since those durability changes.
That's what we'll be playing. Yeah, then next video we'll do Fedora. Yeah, left Fedora. Cause yeah, consider the fact that she got a buff as well. Yeah, she got a buff already. I mean, we had the previous video where Fedora was fucking OP. And now, I forgot the idea that they nerfed the anti-healing. Yeah, they nerfed the Grievous wounds. We'll need to try it, boys. Yeah, next game Fedora, easy.
She absolutely pops off in a lot of games at the moment. She has a ton of favourable matchups. She's got great burst, she's got good mobility, healing, extended fight benefits, and of course that ultimate, which is going to make her 1v2 or 1v3 the enemy top and jungler, and even more people that come and try and deal with her. Talented Fiora players are having the time of their lives at the moment, as she really is in the best spot she's been in for years. The true damage on her passive just means she can tear down any type of target, and the fact is that tanks are getting buffed this patch, and Fiora is just one of those champions that can tear down those tanks so easily. Definitely one to be careful of this patch. Darius is another champion that's just not receiving nerfs this patch, and we can't really understand why. This guy has been absolutely dominating the rifts since those durability changes, and that extra bit of health just means that he can heal off, survive, bleed you down, and burst you out. Whether it's in lane in those early trades, beating every single matchup, or turning into teamfights, flanking, sprinting into backlines and destroying all AD carries, Darius is just an absolute menace at all stages of the game right now. When Darius is in a good spot in the meta, you really feel how disgusting this champion can be. And in low elo, people really don't know how to play against him. Which
what do you mean how do you play against him? It's quite simple. You in the champ select, you ban him. That's it. That's how you play against Darius. That's it. Easy. Talented player, Shifu, you don't need to go there. What do you mean? I'm literally the most talented Fiora in the East. What are you talking about?
which means that he just snowballs so quickly, gets a lead in the top lane, and turns it round onto the rest of the game. He becomes an unkillable bruiser with a huge amount of AoE damage, resets, and bleed damage over time. If you aren't playing him, you should probably ban him. Riot have nerfed anti-heal yet again, which means champions that benefit from this like Aatrox are definitely going to get better, especially when you add in the fact that Gordrinker's getting buffed too. Aatrox is a classic top lane bruiser. He gets ahead with his mobility and his damage early game, he snowballs very quickly, and with his ultimate he can be very hard to take down due to all of that healing. He can absolutely destroy lanes with low mobility as he can just keep dashing towards you, pumping out some serious damage. And if the enemy jungler tries to come up and help their top laner, then Aatrox can just easily kill them both if he uses his ultimate and his abilities correctly. Aatrox does take a bit of practice. You really need to know your limits, you need to know those sweet spots perfectly, and you really need to know just how much damage you can do at all points in the game. But if you can spam a few games and learn how to really abuse this champion, he's going to be in a fantastic spot this patch. Moving over to the jungle now, and in the god tier we have Volibear, Trundle, Mordekaiser, Wukong and Shyvana.
Yeah, Lilia got wrecked. Brazil, understandable. Wukong, nothing changed. Maybe Trundle appeared in here. Yeah, maybe Trundle appeared. Shyvana, we haven't seen any Shyvanas. Hey, chat, we haven't seen any Shyvanas. What the fuck was that picture? Also, Volibear jungle. Out of this tier list, I mean, naturally, in this tier list, Belveth instantly in the S tier. I'm surprised she's not in the god position. But bro, we saw that one Belveth today. That was disgusting. Lilia still being chilling here. Why you say, eh? Why is being chilling in here? Maybe
Ko moves up from A to S. Belveth joins the table in the S tier. Nunu got some minor buffs this patch which should help him out a little bit, but I'm going to change his current placement. Lee Sin and Xin Zhao both receive buffs alongside a boost to Gordrinker. It's definitely safe to say that this pair really needed some love. Recently, two of the best junglers in the game have fallen off over the last few months, and Lee Sin actually had one of the worst win rates in the entire game of around 45%.
Well, it's understandable because with Lee Sin, bro, you are snowballing. Your playstyle has to be aggressive. Early levels, at level 3, you're going for a dive. You're going for a classic dive and you have the damage, but see, the problem is, with the durability patch, turrets are hitting you like a fucking truck, and everyone is immortal, so your dives ain't shit. You cannot snowball as Lee Sin. So that's kinda sad. Literally the best jungler, bro. Yeah, the best jungler. For what, 15 years, best jungler, bro, and that's it, that's so dirty.
Only Ryze and Aphelios had worse stats than him over the last few weeks. Lee Sin is never going to be the best champion in the world in low elo. He takes a lot of practice and he's by no means going to be broken again this week. But at least when you have one on your team now, it doesn't mean you're going to automatically lose. Maybe.
Or win.
Lilia, Master Yi, Wukong, Gwen and Talia all received nerfs this patch, but we just don't think these nerfs are big enough to displace them, so they all will stay in the S tier. So Belveth is going to join us this week in the Summoner's Rift, and honestly this champion is absolutely bonkers. She attacks people faster than anyone else in the game. She's got dashes left, right and centre, she's got a knock up, and she's got a true void form which makes her turn into an absolute demon. It's hard to say just what kind of builds and itemization people are actually going to build on this champion, but what we do know is she's most commonly going to be played in the jungle. The most popular build on the PBE and what we've been experimenting with is an AD on hit bruiser build. And if you want to know more about how to play Belveth and that build in particular, then we've got a short guide coming tomorrow. Shyvana has been absolutely terrorizing the jungle ever since those durability changes, and to be honest, she was already really strong beforehand.
What are we doing? We're going Frostfire into Demonic Embrace. PTA, that's jungle. Yeah, we're still talking about jungle. Interesting. Maybe we'll need to try that. Bro, this build looks sus as fuck, bro. You're dealing a bit of a magic damage, but you're also sustaining for a long time. Has to be annoying, no? It has to be annoying. Well, yeah, I think we'll need to try Shyvana as well.
This patch, she's not getting nerfed, and none of her itemization is either. However, Frostfire Gauntlet is actually getting buffed, which means obviously she's only going to get a little bit stronger. Tank items in general are being buffed, and that's mainly what kind of build she goes for right now. It's the AP Bruiser tank setup, primarily revolving around Frostfire Gauntlet, Demonic Embrace, Zhonya's, and then full tank. Shyvana's playstyle is all about power farming that jungle, taking every objective off the map, scaling up into an unkillable tanky beast with a ton of damage too. She can pretty much outfarm everyone in the game right now, and easily help herself to both jungles, allowing her to outlevel everybody. Then she just turns into
Did you saw that damage, bro?
And easily help herself to both jungles, allowing her to outlevel
Shifu1.
everybody. Then she just turns into a dragon, she jumps into your team, she spams that flame breath, runs towards you at the speed of light with her W, and just melts anyone. Shyvana's win rate has been seriously impressive over the last few weeks, and we don't really see that changing anytime soon. Viego has kind of crept back into the meta recently. Everybody thought those durability changes were going to make him worse because he's a reset champion, but actually they kind of made him stronger. He actually is pretty damn good in extended fights with his itemization, Blade of the Ruin King, Divine Sundra, and even Kraken Slayer previously, but because that's been nerfed this patch, we'd probably advise going for other options. Viego just doesn't really have a weak point in his game. He's got an easy, quick jungle clear, he's got solid early ganks, he's got a fantastic level 6 power spike, he has a brilliant mid game where he gets those resets and starts flanking and cleaning up fights easily, and in the late game he has a hell of a lot of damage, and all it takes is just one reset in a team fight to win the game by himself. Viego has been
Unless you're resetting with someone who is sus as fuck, like, I don't know, 0-10 Yasuo. Then there's not much you can do, you know?
Incredibly obnoxious in certain periods of the meta since his release. Sometimes he's felt like an absolutely broken champion, and other times he's felt a little bit underwhelming. Right now though, he's slowly but surely crept into a really good spot, and we think this is only going to get better with the changes coming in this patch. Over to the mid lane now, and in the god tier we have Anivia, Victor, Zilean, Swain, and Malzahar.
Zilean, bro, I was fucking telling you, chat. Yeah, Zilean amazing. We need Zilean in the middle. Everyone knows that Zilean in the middle is fucking amazing, though I've never seen Zilean in the middle. And this is low elo we're talking about, bro. We need Zilean in the middle. As a Zilean middle main, I'm telling you, this is fucking amazing. I'm surprised to see Swain in here, even though he got nerfed. Malzahar and Anivia, understandable. They didn't got touched in this patch. What else do we see? I don't see. Where is LeBlanc? LeBlanc does not exist at this tier list. What is my LeBlanc, bro? Where's my precious? We've got fucking Cat in here. We've got Zed in here, but not LeBlanc. Or am I blind? Fuck no, I'm not blind. LeBlanc is not in here. Oh my god.
Lots of champions affected in the mid lane this patch, but no big changes to our tier list. Sylas moves back up into the B tier following his buffs. Ryze got buffed too, but there's no point talking about him at the moment because this guy just desperately needs a rework.
I mean, boys, let's get some chat. Let's get some Fs in the chat for my boy Ryze. Yeah, let's get some fucking Fs. Rest in peace, Ryze. I feel like maybe in 1 year, maybe we'll see him in 1 year. Yeah, maybe in 1 year. Not sooner. Alright, thank you. We just buried the Ryze. We just buried the Ryze. Rest in peace.
Brand, Swain, Talia, and Veigar all got nerfed, but they are just way too strong to lose their place right now. Fizz got some minor adjustments which won't make too much of a difference to his performance right now, and the main things to think about are those item changes. A couple of AP items that are struggling, Crown and Night Harvester, are being buffed, and several OP AP items are also being nerfed, Liandry's, Riftmaker, and Everfrost. These changes are definitely not enough to completely shift the meta though, and they are just reactionary changes as these items were the biggest winners or losers from that durability update.
Low elo my butt. Wait, what? Low elo my butt. I have heard from every pro player, that yo, this is good for low elo and kill. I don't think it will work. What do you mean? Kill is amazing. Yeah, kill is amazing. We don't see her in the middle. Yeah, we don't see her. Yeah, we're talking about top side. You're probably talking about top side. Oh no, that she is in the middle as well. The fuck? I'm blind. Yeah, I'm actually blind. Fuck me. Okay, I'm
so
silent.
They should just slightly balance out.
You said nothing, chat.
Anivia has been absolutely broken since those durability changes, and she's already been hotfixed since then, and she's still absolutely brilliant. She just brings everything you want from that mid lane at the moment, which is wave clear, control, scaling, and utility. And
I mean, yeah, he said control. Yeah, that's why would you go Everfrost. Otherwise, I'd say, you know, Liandry's would be better. Considering the fact we're looking at the quality long team fight, everyone has their build, everyone has a fuck ton of HP, plus we have to consider Anivia's ult. Liandry's is better. Yeah, it's even in the full build. Situational items. Fair enough. First, what's the full build here? Full ability power, yeah. Full ability power in here, I see.
Anivia has really good burst, but she also has solid AoE consistent damage output. She thrives in all sorts of situations, whether it's catching out and killing someone quickly, or simply just melting enemies down throughout those extended fights. I'm not going to sit here and talk about just how good Anivia is, because if you've played League of Legends at all in patch 12.10, you should already know that by now.
Thanks.
But if you are a mid lane player and you haven't given her a go yet, you probably need to ask yourself why, because she is a hell of a lot of fun and she's incredibly effective at the moment. Swain has been pretty broken since his rework a couple of patches ago, and it's just that constant and infinite healing with his ultimate in teamfights which makes him so hard to take down. Well, the thing is with Swain, he's receiving nerfs and so is Liandry, so you would think that he would get a lot weaker, but the fact is this guy's just so damn good that we don't...
You know what else is receiving fucking nerfs? Grievous wounds, bro. He was already insane with his healing, and now that Grievous wounds got nerfed as well, so you know, best of luck dealing with that guy right now. Unless, but I mean, we have to also consider the fact we're talking about low elo, you know, in low elo I swear to God, bro, where's my guy? Where's my guy? Shit you not, like... Fuck me those couple games ago. No, not this one. We had Rise, yeah, rest in peace. 1-7, good guy. Olaf? Yep, we had Swain. Yeah, we had Swain. Swain strong. Swain strong, what can I say? Swain very strong. I mean, it's a coin flip. Yeah, at the end of the day, with these picks, it's a coin flip.
I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Swain's got a solid lane phase, he's got great catch potential in the mid game, he's got incredible team fighting capabilities with his healing and his AoE damage, and he just scales so well into games. He works with all sorts of team compositions and against most comps too, and he doesn't really have too many things that just flat out counter him at the moment. The fact is that Riot have nerfed Grievous Wounds a bit too hard now. They nerfed it in last patch, and now they're nerfing it again this patch, which means Swain's healing is just going to make him unstoppable.
And there's a Yumi on top of him. Best of luck, bro.
He really does excel in those early team fights around Dragon and around objectives, and when he gets a little bit of a lead, he just becomes unkillable. He does a hell of a lot of damage. He can catch you down and burst you out and really carry games this patch. So Ahri is one of those champions that no one's really been speaking about, but she's actually flying under the radar in a really good position still to this day, even after all of these changes that have come her way. Ever since that mini rework back towards the start of the season, Ahri's been one of the most popular champions in the mid lane, and for quite a good reason too. She's got great catch potential with her charm and burst damage, she's got good damage in extended fights with her ultimate reset dashes.
Keyword, great catch potential. Yeah, great catch potential. The thing is, we're talking about low elo. You have to land your charm, bro. We don't land shit. Yeah, we don't land shit in the elo. Nah. If your enemy is standing still and you're in low elo, you're shooting it at the enemy, you will miss. That's the buff of the low elo, yeah.
And overall, she's just really consistent. So recently, artillery mages have returned to the Rift to be a good answer to those mid-range utility mages like Anivia and Victor. Champions like Xerath and Vel'Koz have really risen to popularity in the mid lane, but Ahri is such a good reply to them. Artillery mages need to be as far away as possible, firing stuff from a distance as you'd expect from the name. But Ahri can get up close and personal and kill them so easily, which makes Ahri instantly more viable. Ahri might not be quite as blind pickable as she was from the majority of Season 12, but she's really good as an answer to those artillery mages, and generally just a really good consistent pick to go for in a lot of different matchups. Down to the bottom lane now, and let's take a look at the AD carry changes this patch.
Zoro, yeah, I've heard that Zoro is getting a fuck ton of win rates right now. She's like 56, maybe 54. She's fucking insane right now. No fucking idea why. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, it makes sense because she's playing Fortnite. Yeah, the longer the fight, the faster she is, and basically you cannot catch her. Yeah, that makes sense. Not sure about Jhin. Long range, yeah, we can play around that. As the ADC Veigar, bueno ADC, bueno. How my other ADC is looking? Cartus boy, yeah, Swain boy, Ziggy boy, Seraphine, so many ADC Snick.
In the god tier we have Jhin.
Where's Teemo though? If we're talking about proper ADCs, where's my boy Teemo, bro? You know, we need Teemo in here.
Veigar, Twitch, and Zeri. The lethal tempo nerf has been scrapped, but Kraken Slayer is still receiving some huge nerfs this patch, and this alone means we could see a massive shift in the bot lane. Champions that were already good that didn't build this item will instantly get better, and those that heavily relied on it will struggle. That's one of the main reasons why Jinx and Vayne are moving down from S to A. Caitlyn finally got some juicy buffs and she moves up to the A tier alongside Samira, who also got buffed. Kalista is going to move up to the A tier after rising in performance recently, and we feel these buffs to Blade of the Ruin King and nerfs to Grievous Wounds and Kraken Slayer may just actually make her really competitive again. Zeri's also got a load more changes, and this time we feel like she might just be a little bit broken. It's a bit of a ballsy call, but we've put her straight into that god tier, because usually when she's good, she's really good. Aphelios received some buffs this week too, but his performance in low elo is just not worth talking about just yet. Kog'Maw and Veigar received nerfs this week, but they just...
I mean, bro, we're having a hard time reading fucking Pantheon's ability in low elo. Singe's ability in low elo, Udyr's abilities in low elo. We don't read shit, and then you're talking about Aphelios, who has fucking 5 books of a single ability, yeah? 5 books on a single ability. He has like what? 5 of them. No, God fuck knows how many items he has, how many abilities he has. The thing is, we're not reading that shit, so of course no one's playing Aphelios. No one knows how to play him.
aren't big enough to impact how good these guys are at the moment. No one really expected it, but Jin is actually probably the best AD carry in the game again. This guy's had one of the best seasons he's ever had. I mean, to be honest, he's always been good, but this season he's been good throughout every single patch. Well, when the durability changes hit the Rift, everybody thought it was going to be all about Vayne and Kog'Maw, and to a certain extent they were right. But Jin was the silent dark horse of this patch who also came out equally as strong. That extra bit of health and those resistances means that Jin can just stay alive longer and pump out more damage over the course of either quick and bursty fights or those big long extended team fights. To add to this though, Jin really struggles with hard engage and assassins because if they got close to him, they'd just kill him before he had a chance to deal damage. Well, no longer is that a problem for Jin, and now he...
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Assassins not assassinating. Fuck me, bro. At this point, we should remove the role assassins. We shouldn't even call them assassins. Call them bruisers, call them fighters. They're not assassins. We have no assassins in this game. Surge!
He can just pump out consistent damage because there's far less threat to him being killed. To add to all of that, Jin has fantastic execute damage on his 4th shot, and this means he can burst down even the tankiest of enemies just as easily as he can kill those squishies. Late game Jin is truly terrifying, so make sure you're playing it if you aren't already. So Caitlyn has been buffed this patch, and honestly this is quite long overdue. Her Q now has a higher AD ratio, her Q mana cost is now lower, her E base damage is now higher, and her E cooldown is now lower too. These buffs are pretty significant and should help make a difference. Caitlyn has been a bit lost recently, and she's lost that oppressive lane bullying nature that makes her so damn strong in League of Legends. Caitlyn's mid game is absolutely shocking, and if you don't have a good early game, then she just never really becomes a champion until 6 items, but everyone's already won the game by then. Caitlyn is a very difficult champion to balance because in the pro scene, she's so heavily prioritized when she's strong because of how good she is on blue side. All these fine margins really do matter in the pro scene. But all you really need to know about Caitlyn is when you can push for free without getting punished and everyone plays around you, she's absolutely broken. So Riot do have to be careful that they don't push her over the edge of the game. For now though, she's moving up to the A tier and we think this is a really good place for her to be. Finally, we're going to finish up with those supports now, and in the god tier we have...
What is Yumi?
Senna, Renata Glask, Janna, Zilean and Sona.
I'm telling you, Zilean the silent boy. Yeah, we need to play Zilean. Why Yumi B tier? Hold up, why Yumi B tier, bro? We have the same heal bot. Yeah, we have the same heal bot. We've got Soraka in the S tier. What? Sona understandable, that's a heal bot. I'm confused. Why Kato not S tier? Bro, a Grievous Wounds got nerfed. Everyone should be focusing Kato, yeah.
Braum and Rakan both move up a tier respectively after some buffs and item changes should help them out slightly. No major changes to talk about in the support role though, aside from anti-heal being nerfed even harder, Umbral Glaive getting nerfed slightly, and some buffs to tank support itemization. Nothing too huge to speak about though, so the
also, I don't see Timo. Where is Timo? They missed the main support. Where is Timo? Also, back in the day, we had a Nivea support. Yeah, and Nivea support was actually a thing. What the fuck am I seeing in here? Where's the Nivea? What happened?
Same supports that are excelling right now will continue to do so. Renata Glask is one of the most contested supports at all ranks right now. She's got such a fantastic win rate.
Literally no. I've been playing this game like, what, 2 days in a row? I haven't seen a single Renata. And no one is even considering banning her. What?
Across all ranks, and this just does not seem to be stopping anytime soon. Renata is the definition of utility, much like all the other supports that are in the god tier. Renata has slows, she has shields, she has buffs and boosts, she's got a revive, she's got an ultimate that can completely decide fights, and she's just so strong throughout all stages of any game. Renata has some seriously good synergies with certain champions in the game. From AD carries like Draven and Samira who can dive in and really abuse that buff, and then you've got those other assassins like Katarina in the mid lane who can absolutely abuse that Renata W to come out on top. Whether it's those clutch Ws in those early fights or an incredible ultimate in the late game, Renata is just a brilliant support to play in patch 12.11. Janna is the queen of utility, and she boasts one of the most impressive win rates in the entire game right now, and easily the highest for any support. Well, this just is not going to change in patch 12.11, and Janna is going to continue to be one of the best champions in the game. She just has it all. She's got engage, she's got disengage, she's got shield, she's got slow, she's got an ultimate to heal her entire...
I mean, yeah, she has everything, but also, on the same note, 2 days in a row I haven't seen either Renata or Janna, now to think about it, bro. I've seen a lot of Teemo supports though. I've seen a lot of Teemo supports, but mainly that because that was me, but still.
Team and push back any threat that comes their way. Janna works with almost all team compositions with all AD carries against most matchups, and she's just such a great blind pickable support to go for. Whether it's setting up ganks in the early game or turning team fights around in a blink of an eye, Janna is just such a great utility pick to go for from that support role this patch. If you're bored of all those utility supports and want to play something a bit different though, then you can still play Blitzcrank and have more than enough impact. From landing those hooks at level 1 and in the lane phase and snowballing your game into victory, Blitzcrank has one of the best and most iconic ways to win games in the entire League of Legends roster. It doesn't matter what stage of the game you're in, all you gotta do is land that one glorious hook and simply win the game for your team. As long as you're not pulling their biggest damage or tanky threat though, that would be a bit stupid. Blitzcrank does have more than his kit that meets the eye though. He's not just a hook bot, even though that's his most impactful ability. The AoE silence can be absolutely pivotal in early team fights and dragon fights, and the chain CC and disruption with his knock-up on his E is not to be underestimated. Blitzcrank will always have his place in the meta, and right now with so many mid-range utility mid laners and supports and immobile hypercarries running around, he can be absolutely busted in the right hands. If you can be aggressive enough, you know how to roam, you know how to land those hooks, Blitzcrank is a fantastic pick to go for, even now in patch 12.11. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of this patch 12.11 tier list video.
Also true, and when it comes down to my team and low elo, my team doesn't know how to dodge a Blitzcrank hook, so yeah, technically I agree with the Blitzcrank on this one. Blitzcrank actually makes sense. Also, we call that, we have a Yasuo paradox, where my Yasuo will go 0 on 10, enemy Yasuo will go 10 on 0, and will 1v9 that shit. We have a Blitzcrank paradox, yeah? Blitzcrank paradox is quite simple. On my team, Blitzcrank will fucking hook enemy tank, Bruiser, who wants to engage the fight, and he will kill us everyone, yeah? He'll kill the entire team. Enemy Blitzcrank will take our carries one by one and will win the game, yeah? Fuck me, bro.
As you can see, there are quite a few changes to champions and items and the game in general, but not that many changes to the tier list. The changes were all aimed at things that simply just needed it, and none of the buffs or nerfs are really big enough to make too many things absolutely broken or completely useless. Plenty of tweaks, hopefully less obnoxious, super overpowered stuff, and those champions who really struggle with patch will make a slight return. Don't forget to head on over to the Mobalytics website to check out the tier list for yourself and the high elo one too. We also have plenty of other content for each and every single champion, including guides, counters, and combos for the brand new champion Bel'Veth.
Anyway, we do Fedora.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Anyway, we do Fedora. Yeah, we do Fedora, which means